This is Bluzz Bloodsaw, and you're watching The Squared Circle.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the award-winning Squared Circle. Once again, I'm Hollywood J. Williams, and here we are, 48 hours removed from SummerSlam. I'm joined once again by Mr. John Zimmerman, and as usual, the thunderous one, Mr. Tom Dacey.
Doing double duty tonight.
Double duty tonight. That was a raucous episode of Talking with Tom you just completed.
Yes, it certainly was.
By far, one of the best shows we've ever done. One of the easiest ones, too.
Yes, yeah.
As always, the controversial pair, known as Double Trouble, Bad News Bob and Mr. Mike Cuomo.
Yeah.
And they're usually on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock on our sister station in Brantford.
Yes, and as I said, Monday nights, we have Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday nights is Talking with Tom in the Squared Circle.
Of course.
And Wednesday nights, you now have Double Trouble. And, of course, Thursday nights, nothing to watch.
There's nothing to watch on Thursday nights.
No, the TNA's not even on Thursday anymore. They moved to Wednesday.
So, what'd you say? Say that again?
TNA moved to excuse me.
There's and other networks, stations, like we talked about, there's nothing really to watch on Thursday nights.
No, Thursday night.
Right.
But, Jay,
Three
I hate to toot my own horn, but, I think I deserve an award. Because I think I had the most predictions correct on SummerSlam.
Yes, you did.
I predicted something at the last minute, and it came true.
Which was?
Which was Nikki Bella turning heel.
I listened to the Ross Report. Jim Ross has a podcast, and he predicted that as well. He didn't predict it quite this soon, but he said it should lead up to that. And sure enough, it happened. So I don't know how tuned in he is, or if somebody in Stanford is listening to Mr. Ross.
All I know is that slap on Monday Night Raw last night, that was an awful hard slap.
That was a slap heard around the
I
wrestling
felt
world.
that.
Yeah, that was quite the hit.
Definitely,
was
yeah.
fun.
That was I thought about it and I said to myself, we've never seen brother versus brother. I mean, we've seen brother versus brother.
Yes.
We've seen Undertaker versus Kane. We've seen Rick versus Scott Steiner.
Owen and Brett.
Owen and Brett. The Hardys. We've seen Matt versus Jeff. We've never seen a sister versus a sister.
Right.
And now we're going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see Nikki versus Brie.
Yeah.
So,
More than likely.
Well, what is it about me? Am I more intelligent than the average human being? Have I just been watching?
I think Saru will have something to say about that.
Have I just been watching wrestling that long where I just know what's going to happen?
What do you think, John? You think Saru would have something to say about that?
Yeah, I think Saru would be.
I got a little something to say to Saru. I've got a little taped message for him.
I think that's a little Darwinian. I can see the Saru and Hollywood J. I think it proves Darwin.
I am in no way related to that. That B
I heard you were his
plus.
uncle.
What?
Somebody called you a monkey's uncle. I don't know.
I heard that too. A monkey's uncle.
There you go.
I am in no way or shape or form related to that B plus monkey, and I've got something to say.
I think he protests too much.
I've got something to say to Saru. This weekend I'll be taping something, and hopefully we'll have that footage ready next
weekend.
And maybe some of my only this one time, I swear, some of that cell phone stuff.
But I'll tell you what.
Just that one time.
While we're talking about Saru, on the 27th of September, the Balcony Banquet Facility is the place to be. Azrael Saru for the Squared Circle TV title, who will be the very first person to hold the Squared Circle TV title.
To
It's going to be
me,
amazing. And the big announcement at that show, the 27th of September, Balcony Banquet Facility, PWA will present Abyss. Did you guys see the announcement?
the Monster
No, I
Abyss.
did not see that.
The Monster Abyss.
I did not
right
see that.
in Hamden.
I will be going online when I get home and getting our tickets,
The
Hollywood.
Monster Abyss and Davey Richards, I
And
understand.
Davey Richards, yes.
Who was one half of the American Wolves.
That's correct. And Matt Stryker.
Uh,
I mean, and more to come. I mean, Joseph von Schmidt and
Is an
PWA
amazing.
are just pulling out all the stops. The 2-year anniversary of PWA. Our title is going to be on the line with Abyss, with Matt Stryker, with Davey Richards, Joseph von Schmidt, Azrael, Buzz Bloodsaw, Sol Diaro, Saru. I mean, it's just through the roof, man. It's going to be an amazing show, and you know what? Tickets are going to be sold out. I will guarantee it.
I am getting ours tonight as soon as I leave here, Hollywood.
You know what? It would be my honor and my privilege to see that beautiful, ornate Squared Circle television title go around the waist of somebody that's quite deserving of it. And I've seen his matches, and I respect him so
Saru?
much. Azrael, I've got your back. If you need it, all you got to do is say it, man.
My money's on Saru.
Saru.
My money's on Saru.
Azrael, the face of the Squared Circle television title, will not be a B-plus monkey.
We will.
Oh, well, he's coming after you, Hollywood.
You're going to have to go to the Balcony Banquet Facility on September 27th
And check it out for
and
yourself.
see for yourself.
I'll be there.
Saru. Oh, of course we'll be there. We'll be there holding our belt.
Absolutely.
We have to be there.
Yes. Yes. Well, you know, we get into everything for free. We don't pay for anything.
We're
the Squared
Squared Circle. And sooner or later, we're not going to even have to pay that $9.99 for the network or whatever it was.
Was
What?
I left out on this memo?
What?
What's that?
We get in for free?
We get into everything for free. Where have you been?
How
I
did
wasn't
you-
aware of this.
Why? They keep charging you? They keep sending you bills?
I've been footing the bill.
Well, you've been suckered in.
You were suckered in. Let's talk about SummerSlam.
But, you know, SummerSlam, you know, I think the belt that they debuted on Monday Night Raw last night was okay. But I'll tell you, the belt that's going to be superb.
Squared
The
circle.
Squared Circle.
The Squared
TWA
Circle TV title
TV title.
The
is
be-
going to make that new WWE title look like something you would get at Walmart.
We're
The best
only-
thing about that belt last night didn't have John Cena attached to it.
No. And that logo didn't spin.
Yeah.
And, you know, no offense to Double Trouble, but they won't have a TV title belt. No offense to any other cable access news. I don't think there is another wrestling show. But the only Connecticut,
I don't think no
Television
any other
title.
wrestling show.
the only Connecticut television title belongs to the Squared Circle.
The Squared Circle.
There's no other wrestling show I know of, just a circus show.
The circus?
I don't know.
Well, that's the fair coming to
The
town.
the Barnum and
Oh,
Bailey,
right, right.
the Barnum and Bailey
North
show.
Haven Fair's coming around, too.
North Haven Fair, yeah. Coming soon.
I don't know, that could be.
Featuring Northeast
Northeast
Wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah.
Which-
Of course, we'll be there.
Yeah, John and I will be there.
The return of Short Sleeve Sampson, who's a guest of our show.
John and I will be there on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Right. I'm sending you guys. I got important meetings on Sundays.
Yeah.
Right. Not the AA kind of stuff. No. I got meetings with my golf club.
Out in Greenwich.
Of course.
I think he hangs out with Mike Cuomo a little bit.
Maybe.
Out in Greenwich.
Yeah.
You stop by and see the McMahons on your way?
Yeah, I might stop in. Say hi to them.
I want to get me one of that Steph shirt. Steph.
I did like that last night.
Is it me, or was she looking a little more endowed?
Yes,
than she had been?
I actually noticed that
Was
during
I?
the pay-per-view on Sunday.
Really thought that, because she had the enhancement removed. So I don't know if it's,
She looks more built than she did before.
oh, maybe that's it.
Was
Her
it just
arms look kind of.
Was it just me, or did you gentlemen notice during the Rusev match the other night? Did you see Linda in the front row?
I didn't notice it.
there was one camera shot where I swear I saw Linda, and I believe she was sitting with Stephanie and Triple H's
Oh,
girls.
wow. Okay.
But they
Nice.
panned off her awful quick.
Nice. Nice.
I was like, I believe that's Linda right there in the front row.
That's possible.
Could have very well been. I didn't happen to notice it, but I was.
Well, you can go back on the network for $9.99, you know,
$9.99,
$9.99 and watch it again.
Hey, do you know how much that new belt costs? Vince McMahon?
$9.99.
Yeah, of course.
I think maybe without the decimal, but
So we have for you SummerSlam results here. I don't know about they gave some times about how long it took each one of these matches, and I don't know. They seem a little off to me, but let's see. Intercontinental title. Dolph Ziggler is the new IC champion.
As I predicted.
Winning over The Miz. As I don't know. I think we all predicted that. Or did you
I
predict
pick
The
the
Miz?
Miz? I thought I predicted the Miz.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
you predicted the Miz.
I think I picked the
predicted
Miz.
The Miz.
I'll be honest. I think I predicted the Miz.
We're 2 out of 3. 7 minutes 55 seconds. It seemed to take a little longer than that.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't. Timing.
I didn't-
Timing-wise.
I didn't time them.
Mr. Ed McCarver leaving the studio.
Mr. Ed McCarver and Double Trouble have left the building. The Divas title. None of us
The DVD?
actually won this one at all.
No. I didn't predict Paige going
No.
over.
You didn't predict Paige.
I
either.
did.
You did?
Yes, I said Paige. You guys both said AJ.
We're gonna have to go to the DVD.
You
You
said
guys vote-
AJ. You said
I
Paige.
said I know I said AJ.
Yeah, I said Paige.
I don't know where they're coming up with these times
My
again.
2 losses were the Cesaro match and the Seth Rollins match.
Well, I think they cut the times worse here than a distribution center order here. 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
I don't know.
For the
I
Divas
didn't
title,
time,
I don't know.
time anything out.
I don't know. We got to call that guy from England or something and have him redo this, recalibrate this. I think. Flag match: Rusev over Jack Swagger. 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Rusev.
Rusev Maska. Whatever. I don't know. I'm kind of. I was really hoping Jack Swagger would have won, but I can see Rusev winning.
Yeah, I was hoping that Swagger would win, but maybe we'll have another rematch.
Right. It's always a little
And
disheartening to see another country's national
Swagger's got to go over.
anthem being played in your own home country, unless it's of course the Olympics, then it's one
Right.
thing. But
Right. Or if you see the Blue Jays come into Fenway Park and they'll sing "O Canada."
Yep.
oh yeah, of course. But the lumberjack match, Seth Rollins with a win over Dean Ambrose, thanks to interference by none other than Corporate Kane.
McManigans.
McManigans again. I don't remember who I predicted for that one. I'm not even gonna say I remember.
I don't remember taking a pick because I just
don't
want
think-
the
I don't
want the
think-
feud to go on.
I don't think we really took one.
I want the
I
feud to
said
go
Ambrose.
You said Ambrose, and it ended up being Rollins with interference again from Corporate Kane.
on. Speaking of interference, we're gonna have an interference like right now because we got a little ding dong going across the
What
screen.
was that?
Our
We don't
studio
pay
audience.
these people that
Our studio audience.
you can't leave. You know, if you're gonna clean
I
this.
told
set-
you to go before you left the house.
Anyway, 13 minutes. No, I'm sorry. 10 minutes 48 seconds for that one. Bray Wyatt over Chris Jericho. 13:01. I predicted Bray.
Right.
I thought
We
I
all
predicted Bray Wyatt, yeah.
won on that one there.
Jericho was going to put him over, definitely.
Yeah, that's what he was there to do.
Yeah.
He's got the whole world in his hands.
But Jericho is still there.
Yeah.
Is he there to further put Bray Wyatt over now? Continue to, or?
We will have to listen to Talk is Jericho to find out what's next. But Jericho is coming to to Massachusetts in October. To the House of Blues on Lansdowne Street. You should be familiar with
Right
that.
near Fenway
At
Park.
Lansdowne, on Lansdowne. Right behind Fenway Park, where all the big poppy home runs go.
Yep.
The House of Blues right there. Jericho and Fozzy will be there, and I'm hoping to get there
Mr.
myself.
Zimmerman will be there
Yeah.
most likely.
Yeah, I've seen Fozzy before, and as I said, the new CD, fantastic. I can't hear it enough. There's so many great tracks on it, and there's only one clunker really, but I think it's the best thing he's done, not just for Fozzy. I think it's just a great CD overall.
general.
If you're a hard rock, heavy metal fan, it's just great. I really can't say enough about it. And it's getting just sales through the roof. He's hitting number one on all sorts of charts all over the world, and I couldn't be happier for him. So go out, get the CD, and go see Chris Jericho in person. Fozzy.
Chris Jericho and Fozzy.
I think I got
What,
Fozzy
quite a
on there
band.
now. Yeah, there's Fozzy right there. Fozzy right there.
Fozzy. You got the wow, you got the belt.
There you go. Fozzy right there.
Fozzy right there. Jericho's the man. Stephanie McMahon with a win over Brie Bella, thanks to interference.
As
on the
I
part
predicted.
Of Nikki Bella, but nobody really predicted Nikki Bella.
No.
I kind of did, but that was after we went off the air.
Right.
You know, just for some reason I have that. I don't know. I have a knack for figuring out when somebody's going to do something.
Well, like I said, Jim Ross mentioned it on his podcast, and I hadn't listened to it until after the fact. I was a little behind on my listening because vacation and what have you. But he did predict seeing Sister versus Sister. And he did say that, you know, that's something we haven't seen yet. And he did mention the Hardys and some of the brother versus brother feuds. And, you know, he's all for it, with possibly a tag match with Nikki and Stephanie and Brie and someone to be named later, you know, in a tag match, just to mix it up a little bit.
Interesting.
So
Very, very interesting. You could
who's going to come to Brie's aid?
create a new dynamic for
You
the
think
feud.
that'll be a match maybe for Night of Champions, or?
Well,
I guess that wouldn't be a
Night of
championship
Champions
match.
is every title is going to be on the line.
Yeah.
Hence the name Night of
Well, I
Champions.
was thinking maybe the dark match.
No, they'll save that for a pay-per-view.
They'll save that for something else.
Of course, I don't know. Can we call them pay-per-views anymore?
When you don't really pay for them in the
Right.
network
Right.
for only
Because you're paying to view the whole network,
$9.99.
not necessarily that one event.
Yeah.
So
You're paying, it's pay-per-views.
yeah,
You're paying for all
All of the
all of
views.
the views.
Well,
period.
have all the cable companies officially stopped carrying the pay-per-views?
I don't know. I think I know Rogers in Canada is carrying the pay-per-views
Right.
because they haven't. I don't think they've worked out the network yet in Canada.
'Cause
But
I haven't noticed. I didn't look to see if AT&T.
yeah, I'm not sure. It's because that was
I
a
know. I
big
know. I
controversy.
think DirecTV and Dish Network stopped carrying. them.
Right. Which, you know, it's a shame on them.
Right.
You know, you're throwing money away because the people that aren't subscribing for $9.99 can be, you know, purchasing through the cable company, and
Right.
cable company will get their piece of it. So
Because some people might take the attitude, well, I don't really watch wrestling that much, so I just want to watch a pay-per-view here and there.
right,
I'd rather just pay for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But shame on them.
Shame on them anyway.
It'll draw more people to. And the stock. What was the stock today? I think the stock is
$14.39. It's finally going up.
stock
It's
is
going
rising,
back up and up and
rising,
up.
rising. I was wondering how my wallet got a little fatter today.
Sure that wasn't just your stomach?
No, that's big enough. The wallet's a little lower than that.
Okay.
But yeah, the stock is slowly but surely going up.
11:48, 11 minutes 48 seconds for that one. That seemed a little more realistic. I was having fun. I wasn't really paying attention. I
Yeah,
watched the whole
right.
time.
Yeah, I wasn't sitting there with a
Right.
stopwatch.
No. Evidently somebody was. Roman Reigns over Randy Orton in 16-13.
Yes.
We all predicted that one.
Yeah,
That was a little obvious.
yeah, that needed to happen.
That needed to happen. Reigns is on too much of a roll right now, and he needs to keep going. And any losses whatsoever are going to kind of slow him down.
Yeah,
At this point,
Yeah, he's just got to steamroll right into WrestleMania.
he's got to stay the course and head right into WrestleMania 31.
He's got to stay strong. I mean, he can take a loss, you know, to like a really hard fought loss.
Right.
You know, nothing. You know, no squash match. You know, it'll have to be like, you know, a Hell Freezes Over match. You know, and
Exactly.
you know one you know, an hour long Iron Man match or
An
something.
hour
like that.
long Iron Man match, 60-minute time limit, and
Right.
he just loses right at 59 minutes.
Yeah, so something to that effect.
Right.
But you know, he's got to be really strong going into a title shot.
Right. Any kind of interference on anyone's part to make him lose, whatever, makes Reigns look weak. And
Right.
they can't have Reigns
Yeah, he's got to stay strong.
looking weak into what they're talking about, the main event for WrestleMania 31, even though it's a little presumptive at this point. We're several months away from it. Roman Reigns challenging for the WWE title with the incumbent champion being none other than the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
Thank you, Brock.
1606. Paul Heyman's man, the #1 guy right there, Brock Lesnar, conquered John Cena.
Thank you.
Yeah, he beat the snot out of him.
Eat, sleep, suplex, repeat.
The one behind the one in 21-1 has now taken down not only The Undertaker,
But Mr. Fruity Pebbles.
but Mr. Fruity Pebbles himself. No, we can't see you anymore, John Cena. We can't see you or your C-Nation.
You guys are haters. I don't hate Cena as much as you guys do, but we do have a call.
I don't hate Cena. I just hate the idea of Cena being champion. All right, let me see if I get this right now. It's the flashing green button. It's the speakerphone. It's the speakerphone button. Hello?
The one above it, I think.
The one
No,
above it?
no, this
Answer.
here.
Wait.
Try that.
Hello?
No.
Hello?
There
Hello,
we go.
There we go. Here we are.
You're live on the Squared Circle.
Hey guys, it's Bill from North Haven. How
Hey.
are you?
Hey, Bill.
How
What'd you
doing,
think of the
Bill?
pay-per-view?
Yeah, I was falling off my chair as I was watching you guys trying to answer the phone there. I was like, oh, let's see how long this takes.
We usually have somebody to take care of all this for us.
I know.
That's
you
the
need,
thing.
what you need
We
is
need a
crony.
secretary.
Yeah, you need a minion or something like that to get on the show, just to run around and get you water and other stuff like that.
There we go.
There you go, Jacob.
They go on break as soon as we go on the air, and we're gracious enough to let them watch our show.
I know, they're like postal
Yeah.
workers.
You know.
Yeah. Hey, first of all, I want to say thanks for last week. I enjoyed really talking and getting to see you guys, the show live, in the crowd there, and also getting to talk to you guys about some of the wrestling stuff. So I appreciate you hanging out.
Oh,
with me.
we love having you down here. We really
Anytime,
appreciate it, and we appreciate you
Yeah.
calling in. Hey,
Yeah.
what'd you think of the studio? I mean, top notch, huh?
Oh yeah, listen. I can't imagine. I can't imagine why you don't have more people there. I told you, and I'm not being sarcastic. I was impressed. It's got to be a tough thing to run a show for an hour and all the time and effort you put into it. So I give you guys a lot of credit.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
So, what'd you think of the show, the pay-per-view?
I saw a few pieces of it. And I just was really busy, but I mean, I was just kind of the Brock Lesnar match with Cena. Just the whole thing. And I don't know if you guys saw the tirade that Paul Heyman went on last night.
Oh, yeah.
I really appreciated that.
That was great.
I'll tell you, that thing was good. I mean, he went on, and that's the thing is you look at him and you'll say what you may about him, But I mean, when he goes on those things, you just see the brilliance just kind of popping off of him. And even the fact that he said, he'd like to have Cena as a Paul Heyman guy. I was just really surprised how the match went with Lesnar, and just basically coming down to him really being dominant over Cena. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. Do you think that they're going to keep Cena away for a while and try to maybe edge him up a little bit more and bring him back? What are your thoughts, guys?
I know Cena. It will be on Raw next week, but I don't know what he's going to be saying if he's announcing his retirement.
No, I was under the
Or
impression that Cena had finished a movie and was going to go out and do some promotion for it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. I was, hey, listen, he's, say what you want about Cena, love him, hate him, but, he is the 15, 16-time champion, and, he's got, how many other times he won the title, but, he's got longevity, and, he's got that thing. It's either you love him or you hate him. And,
Yeah.
He's been with the company for 10 years now.
12.
Yeah.
12 years.
12, yeah.
12. He's been on top.
And he's carried the company through hard times, good times, bad times, and all that. And he's done his job. He's shown up and day in and day out. And I got to say that he's taken a lot of aggravation and grief from the WWE universe and taken it in stride. So I have a lot of respect for the guy.
I just
yeah,
like to
you
see
gotta have
somebody
it,
new.
yeah.
My question is, how long do you think Lesnar will keep the title, and who is he going to lose it to?
This definitely goes with my next question. What's in store for the future of the WWE
Yeah.
now that Lesnar is the champ?
Well, let's let Bill. Any final comments before we let you go?
No, hey, I thought the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins match last night, not just from the pay-per-view, but the match last night, I think that stole the entire Monday Night Raw show.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope they keep that up. Thank you.
That was a great main event.
On that note, thank you very much for calling in, and we'll look forward to seeing you next Tuesday.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you very much, Bill.
Excellent. Well, we love this guy.
Oh, of course,
Yeah,
anytime.
he was in studio last week and got to
Yeah.
see our full HD. Great setup here. Our crack staff does a hell of a job.
This is a great studio.
And,
It's been a pleasure of mine to be involved with this studio
Yeah.
here since 2012, and then prior to that, taking a 10-year absence, and I was here from '95 all the way till 2001.
Yep.
And stopped in the meantime, and I'll always respect this studio for everything it's done for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Definitely.
you've been to most of the studios in this great area, and honestly,
This is by far one of the better studios
right.
Exactly.
in the area.
Yeah. And I'm staring into
Couldn't ask for a better crew.
the HD camera as we speak, and
Exactly.
we don't do any of this
No
because
cell phone footage.
Well, I did that a couple of times.
because we have the HD camera, we have them available to us, and we
Yes.
do bring them out on
Right.
remotes with us, and we do get HD footage.
So what do you gentlemen think? How long do you think Lesnar will keep the title, and who is he going to lose it to?
I'm predicting he'll hold it till WrestleMania with Roman Reigns.
It's really tough to say because he's I don't know what his contract is right now. He's a part timer. He's only allocated to wrestle so many times per year. Now, with if his diverticulitis is cleared up, would he be able to do more matches than that? I mean, is he switched to a full-time?
He'll never be full time.
Here's my question. Do you see possibly the Money in the Bank coming into play?
After Roman Reigns gets the title.
Not till Roman Reigns gets the title?
And then you'll see now another member of the Shield, coming full circle
To cash it in.
to cash it in.
He's not gonna waste that until WrestleMania or after.
I
He's
think
got a year to cash it in. So
Right.
he's got a year from the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
right. So
He can go
we're
past
going to hit WrestleMania prior to the next Money in the Bank. So he may Roman Reigns may get it, and the cash in may happen at WrestleMania.
And don't forget this whole culmination of this,
And then that would set up. I'm sorry. Go
this
ahead.
Dean Ambrose Seth Rollins feud could that briefcase could come into play as Ambrose could turn around and just challenge him for the briefcase
Right.
altogether.
Right. So we may see, Shield versus Shield again.
And
WrestleMania.
that's another thing I heard. You might see Shield versus Shield versus Shield. The three of them.
Triple
Maybe
threat.
there'll be some kind of controversy with that briefcase being on the line between Ambrose and Rollins. And
A three-way.
We'll just end up having a three-way. for the
Three-way
belt.
dance. There you go. It's the stuff writes itself.
It does.
There you go.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just to me. We should be on the creative team.
I said that watching the pay-per-view the other night. Some stuff happened that I predicted sitting there watching. I should write this stuff.
You know, talking about writing this stuff, the guy that should be writing this stuff is, and I'll agree with Bill, is Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, just a great mind. You know, he's proven time and time again. He's got an instinct for the business.
Right.
You know,
He does write Raws once in a while.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you can tell when he's writing versus someone else.
Definitely. You know, and just what he's influenced, you know, and you can see it in CM Punk. You know, CM Punk's Pike Bomb speech it could have came right out of Heyman's mouth too. You know, and I think Heyman should be more involved in the creative than he has been.
I agree.
And I think he's to steer the ship. And what I think is missing, and I will give Jim Ross credit for this, and I agree with him, is a long-term plan. It just seems that Raw is like week to week to week, and it's written like last minute. And they really need to, like Dusty Rhodes used to do, sit out and plan
ahead.
And, you know, at the end of one WrestleMania, have a chart, a roadmap to the next WrestleMania and everything that's going to lead up to that. You know, of course, injuries happen, and you know, people leave or people come in, and you need to alter the course.
You have to tweak things every now and
Right,
then.
but if you have the big picture, right, and you have a focus, and everybody is on board with that storyline and the idea, right, it gives a better flow to the show.
Oh, absolutely.
And you mentioned before all these times and somebody sitting there. It was said that on the 3-hour Raw, there was 28 minutes of wrestling on 2 weeks ago.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And I would say that's about right.
That's about-
and
that's
and
about
as you
all you
said
get.
on Talking with Tom, that, you know,
They
Monday
need
Night
to
Raw
eliminate that
has
third
become
hour.
a talk show rather
Yeah.
than an action show.
They need to go back to the 2-hour format. That
Yeah.
whole third hour, to me, is a waste.
Yeah.
It is. It needs to be. They need to do something. They need to have a lot more action, especially if certain other organizations get on television with other organizations we know.
Yeah.
Going off the air.
Yeah.
You know, they need to step up the bar, definitely, and have more and more action.
And you're talking about, you mentioned TNA and that other organization. I have a very long and insightful article on kayfabekickout.com, if we can bring that up on the screen. kayfabekickout.com. I wrote an article about the demise of TNA, and it's going to short.
I saw that today, but I didn't get a chance to look at it
was
yet.
very, very well said, John.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you. And if you can go on there and comment for me, I would really appreciate it.
I did leave a
kayfabekickout.com.
comment. It's waiting for approval.
Excellent. Thank you.
Definitely. And all I can say is, you know, TNA going off the air, and if they can't find another home, eventually somebody else is going to come along and provide competition for Vince McMahon. I don't think it's a question of if, it's a question of when.
Well, you know, I hope, and if we could segue into this, I hope it's Ring of Honor.
I do too.
I do 3.
I'll second
You
that.
were gracious enough to take the fellas over
Of
to
course.
Coney Island and check out Ring of Honor in person. And
What'd you think of the limo, guys? You like it? Needs to be bigger. Come on, man.
You need to get a limo like Bad News and Cuomo.
Yes.
That's a great limo.
And I was home under the weather, but you arranged a live stream for me, and from what I
Of
saw
course.
on the stream, that was amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing in-ring action right from the beginning of that card.
The beginning of the card, right? Matt Taven, former guest of our show.
Jay
We've had him
Lethal.
on quite a few times, actually. And Jay Lethal, steel cage match.
Oh, that must have been something to see.
Steel cage match right from the beginning.
Oh,
The bell rang, and they just started going right at it. And they don't mess around. They don't fool around. They don't pick up microphones and talk about how great they are and what they're going to do to each other. And then this person comes out and calls this match. Whatever. They start right up,
Non-stop action.
non-stop.
Yep.
The real non-stop action.
yeah.
Ring of Honor. They honor the ring.
Yeah.
They're there to wrestle. They're there to compete. They're there to do a job and get out.
And what a job they do. It was just completely amazing. And I didn't think anything after that match was going to come up to that level. And then the main event, the four-way dance
four-way
for the title.
AJ Styles looking great. Daniels and Kazarian, the match prior to that,
Yep.
looking great with Red Dragon, excuse me.
Yeah. I will definitely be ordering that on DVD when they release it, because it was just a fantastic show. And you brought home from some souvenirs, some DVDs as well, which the boys provided me with, and I haven't watched yet.
I'm not too well-rounded on the Ring of Honor product as of yet. I mean, I've only seen it. This is the second time in my entire life witnessing Ring of Honor in person, so
Yeah.
I want to become a little more familiarized.
And Maria Kanellis
Right.
providing a little distraction there with her physique.
I picked
shall we
up
say?
a little
I would've
I picked
liked
up a
to
little
seen
something
that.
called creating excellence.
Yes.
I would have liked to seen that distraction.
That was creating excellence too.
There you go. But I mean, we're looking at Ring of Honor, and what a great show they put on, and it's all action in the ring. And you look at these guys, and you look at the WWE now, and they've got Cesaro, who came from Ring of Honor.
Daniel
they've
Bryan.
got Daniel Bryan. They've got, I believe it's Dean Ambrose. No, excuse me, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
Came over. His name in
Tyler Black.
Tyler Black. Thank you.
Right.
El Generico.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn came from Ring of Honor. Of course, Daniel Bryan came from Ring of Honor. Did I mention CM Punk? Came from Ring of Honor.
You can't talk about the
You
early
know.
days of Ring of Honor without mentioning CM Punk.
And likewise, Abyss, going over to TNA, came from Ring of Honor. And it's
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Wow.
So I mean, you see a lot of these guys that we're familiar with in different names that started out at Ring of Honor, and they're almost like they're at the point in their history where they're not quite an independent, but they're not quite at the next level of the TNA or the WWE, and they just need that one little push. They've got TV in select cable markets.
Right.
They have individual deals rather than a national TV deal. And I know Jim Ross says that they're on in Oklahoma on his cable, and he watches them, and he's very familiar with the product. And I'd like to see them get that national contract.
I
And
would too.
possibly with TNA out of the picture, somebody may pick up Ring of Honor and put them on a national level.
And if they keep going the way they're going, Ring of Honor could put a dent at least in the McMahon product. It's something that, it's different. People will look at that. People that are just fans of pure wrestling
Right.
will see that.
I think maybe Spike needs to pick it up, and then we'll have Ring of Honor and MMA,
Yeah.
Bellator.
I think that would be a perfect combination
I think
right
that,
there.
right there. That's a perfect match right there.
Yeah, and the Ring of Honor product as it stands is a 1 hour show, and it's all action. It's all in-ring entertainment. And
Please, Spike, please.
Yeah, I think leaving it at 1 hour, it's you get in, have your matches, you tell your story in the ring, and you get out.
Yep.
You don't need all the the pomp and circumstance and all the yakety yak.
They don't believe in that.
Yeah. So
And I got to respect them for that. I got to
hopefully,
hand it to them.
hopefully, Ring of Honor. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube, go on Amazon.
If you're not used to seeing long matches going over a half an hour, you might get a little long-winded. So I gotta warn everybody. It's you gotta just put yourself in that mentality as you're watching an actual sport.
Right.
Pretend it's not even the entertainment part. Look at the sports aspect.
Well, it is
of
entertaining though,
Right.
because these guys really, they really put it out there. Jay Lethal and Matt Taven were just an amazing match, just from moment to moment to moment. And Matt Taven is the new Northeast Wrestling champion as well. He won
Wow.
that over the weekend.
I don't think with Ring of Honor, even in the earlier days, you could tell who was heel or who was babyface because they just kept competing so
Right.
much. No one interfered.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm hoping that they get a TV contract because I like to see Ring of Honor on
I hope
TV.
so. I hope so.
I'll have to bring that DVD over for you to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
definitely
gonna
We're
enjoy
my
it.
palatial estate.
Exactly.
Well, you provided me with a nice stack of ROH DVDs, so
Oh, definitely.
we'll have to have a marathon.
But anyway,
Beers on you.
getting back to McMahon and his product, what's next for Cena? He told radio host Sam Roberts out in California prior to losing the belt, he hopes Cesaro is the next guy he can feud with. But a dream feud of his would be he'd love to feud with Sting if Sting were to ever wrestle. But I don't think Sting's ever going to wrestle with the WWE.
If and when Sting wrestles again, it will be against Undertaker, and that will be the final time that you see Undertaker and Sting.
Ever.
Sting
Wrestle.
did a two-part series. I hate to keep going back to him, but Jim Ross talked to Sting for 2 hours, and Sting had, you'd have to listen to it. But Sting does have a merchandise deal with WWE. He has DVD deal with WWE, and he also has a Mattel deal through WWE. So they are doing business together. They are doing talks together. The artwork for the DVD is available online. The Sting DVD, I can't remember the date. Anyone have the date for the Sting DVD? November 5th is the date I want to throw out there. But they are in business together, and don't be surprised. Sting was at SummerSlam. He did a panel discussion prior to SummerSlam.
Right,
so
he did a couple of them, as a matter of fact, I think.
He was there. And he does have appearances sponsored through and by the WWE. He's got appearances coming up for the rest of the year. So they are in business together.
They are in business together. They're working business relationships. So it's good to see.
As we had reported before, Sting was in Stamford a few weeks back, and he was right here in Connecticut and right up the road from us, and at the wonderful Titan Towers.
Definitely.
And
what about this
we're going to
match,
see
though?
it. We're going to see it, I think. Go ahead.
What about this match? Your pro wrestling. There's a link to an interview being conducted with Daniel Bryan from BetweenTheRopes.com on PWTorch.com. You can see it. He talks about his rehabilitation, and that currently, when he gets back to work, there's one match that Daniel Bryan wants, one person he wants to face, and that is the now WWE champion, Brock Lesnar. Is that a good idea, Mr. Bryan?
That's a terrible idea.
He wants to face Brock Lesnar.
It's a terrible idea.
Oh, excuse me. What do we have here?
September 23rd is the Sting DVD?
September 20th. News about the
I
Sting DVD.
am corrected, sorry.
But that's who he wants to face, is Brock Lesnar.
Out of his weight class, completely.
No.
Out of his weight class.
I know,
I don't
I
see
know it's
that.
kayfabe, but
Yeah.
it would be a squash match.
It would be a squash match after all that he's been through with his neck, and he wants to come back and,
I mean, you're looking at Andre the Giant and
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio.
You know,
I mean, it's like,
it would be so unrealistic. And I don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Daniel Bryan, and I'm glad he was able to achieve success getting the belt at WrestleMania, but he wants to come back and seek his belt back, and as long as Brock has it, I'm sorry to say it, I don't see it happening.
no.
he would have to run around Brock and just wear him out.
Yeah.
Other than that, once Brock gets a hold of him, I mean, the way...
Yeah, it's going to be like Cena all
Right,
over
the way
again.
Lesnar threw
Yeah.
Cena around the match,
Yeah.
and Cena's...
He's gonna do, a match.
bigger
A
guy
match
than-
with Brock Lesnar would, I think, cause the end of Daniel Bryan's career, to be honest.
I would agree
Or
with
very,
that.
very, very possible.
You know, and I have to agree with you on something you said last week. I watched the replay of that from last week.
Yeah.
I do agree. Clara Lynch.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the
Isn't that
same
bizarre?
person,
Yep.
Isn't that bizarre?
right?
How that's coming around?
It's the same person, clear all over
Pretty
again.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
How did she go from being AJ Styles being Prim-
I don't know if it's the same actress, but doggone it, she looks like her.
It does look like her.
Crazy, man.
Crazy. All right. What about this thing going around the internet, social media? This benefit for it's to support ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, to show awareness of it. I first saw it once last week. Seth Rollins kind of had no choice but to do it. he kind of had it poured over his head whether he wanted
That
it
was cool.
or not. Everybody's Vince McMahon, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon called out the entire WWE universe. So as far as I'm concerned, that means that every wrestling fan of the WWE has now been called out to do it. Kermit the Frog, that was interesting. He got called out by McMahon. Maria Menounos. After her match with Brie Bella, Stephanie
Yeah, but
McMahon.
Kermit the Frog's in the water all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
What? How's that gonna,
What's that
dumping
gonna
water on him is nothing.
It's like nothing to him. He's a
right?
frog.
He's a frog.
He's a frog. He lives.
like
He
a frog
lives
in
in
The
a
water.
Frogman.
Oh,
Hey now.
hey now.
Hey. But it's to support. It's to support ALS, and you donate money, or you do, or you have to donate money, or you don't donate whatever you want. I'm looking at the details right now because you might see me end up putting a bucket of ice water over my head.
Can I volunteer to put the water over your head?
If you want to.
Cool.
Oh, cool. It'd be cool for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
there
was
you go.
funny though last night on Raw. What? It's for charity, and then he hit him with the
Boom.
bucket.
Yeah.
But anyway, now we're going to switch gears back to Ring of Honor with under 10 minutes left.
Yes.
Final Battle, Terminal 5 in Manhattan, December 7th. So far they have Michael Elgin, Red Dragon, Jay Lethal, Daniels and Kazarian, Adam Cole, the Briscoes, and Maria Kanellis. But before that, September 6th, All-Star Extravaganza on iPay-Per-View from Toronto.
Yes.
Internet pay-per-view. So it's our next chance to actually get
Check out,
a glimpse of ROH.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say that it was just it's a phenomenal product. They've got some great talent, and I really want to see them get some sort of exposure so that they can go to the next level. And
Absolutely, I'd love to see Ring of Honor.
and if you go on YouTube, go on Amazon and get some DVDs, And again, we're not making any profit off of this at all. It's just our opinion, our recommendation, and it's just great.
Right.
I think it's a great product, and it's what I miss about wrestling.
Right.
The way it used to be.
The way it used to be.
I really think it's
Before the
fantastic.
theatrics, before the soap
Yeah.
interference,
Right.
shall we
Yeah.
say.
And you know what? Speaking of in-ring products, our friend Mario Mancini is going to be training you. Not you per se, but will be training. He's got setting up a ring as we speak in New Haven. He's got himself a gym. Mario Mancini, former member of the Four Horsemen, Paul Roma, two-time tag team champion, Power and Glory. And Mario and Paul Roma are opening up a gym. We're going to give you details as soon as we have more. But it is happening. Mario made the announcement on his Facebook page. And Mario Mancini, you can go and get trained by the one who was the one in the one person that was the first person to fight
The Undertaker.
the Undertaker.
Yep.
So he is the one.
The one.
He's
Mario
the one
Mancini
to begin
is
with.
the first one.
Maybe
first
he can,
one.
Maybe he can work with Hollywood and train him for his match with Saru.
You know what? We'll have to get some footage of
Give you a
that.
refresher course.
Yeah.
Because
And,
that will run circles
You know
around
what?
that
I
monkey.
think he's gonna make a monkey out of Jay.
You're supposed to be on my side.
I don't know.
I'll show you.
You know what? We're marks for Mr. Saru.
that monkey will not be the first television champion. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
So check out and keep your ears and eyes open for Mario Mancini, Paul Roma. I can't remember the what they're calling their gym. No, it's not Manciniville, but you do have to make a
Paradise
trip.
something.
Paradise Alley.
Paradise Alley.
Bingo, Paradise Alley.
I've been doing my homework.
Bingo, there it is.
Exactly.
I'm getting too old and my memory is going. But yes,
How many fingers do I have up?
I'll give you one.
Hey,
Hey now,
ready for worst of the week so we can
worst
wrap
of the
up?
week, wrap it up.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Let's do it. With about 5 minutes left, here we go. The bronze goes to Corporate Kane. Kane taking his mask off a couple weeks back. handing it back to the authority, and now he's out there with a shirt and tie. He's still interfering. He cost Dean Ambrose a win in his SummerSlam match against Seth Rollins.
All your fault, Kane.
All your fault, corporate Kane.
Yep.
Why go back and forth? What's wrong with the monster? Well, even monsters have to lose sometimes, buddy. Runner-up. This was something we were out in the. We had just gotten to that ball field in Coney Island, and it's nothing against the guy's technical abilities whatsoever, but some Mark fan, I don't know who it was. It was as if he had just met Elvis Presley. Oh my God, Jay Lethal! I can't believe this. It's really you. Oh, can I get your autograph? Now he was clearly sitting at a table, ready to sign people's autographs. Him, AJ Styles, Daniels and Kazarian, and Maria Kanellis.
And Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn was there too. Guy marking out for Jay Lethal. There's our runner-up. But our winner goes to recently let go of from the WWE Future Endeavor release, Alberto Del Rio, going on Mexico's Televisa Primera Noticias television. Broke down his firing on August 5th. Del Rio confronted social media manager Cody Barberi on August 5th that night in Laredo, Texas, after being told of an alleged racist joke. He then struck the man, Cody Barberi, in front of a group of referees and professional wrestlers, including Jack Swagger. Now, he was supposed to be in a babyface role that night on WWE Main Event. It was going to deliver a pro-Mexico promo in order to cater to a predominantly Latino Hispanic community in Laredo. And the next day he got a memo from Vince McMahon. The next day he was released by Triple H, but he now claims he was a victim of racism and he's suing. But he's the one that took his fist and took a swing at the social media director, Mr. Cody Barberi.
Right.
That's why you got released.
Well,
There's
more than
plenty
likely
of
they'll settle out of
people-
court. Yeah, more than likely they'll settle out of court, and they'll buy him out of his contract, and he'll go off into obscurity.
Just
But-
another
Wait,
frivolous
you're telling me that
lawsuit.
Del Rio went to Mexico?
Yes.
He must be by himself because all the Mexicans are coming here, according to Rick Perry
Maybe he's just gonna,
and Bad News Bob and
oh, of course.
and
He's
Mr. Cuomo.
jumping the fence.
right.
Well, maybe he's gonna go there to make things better, so that they can come. Maybe they'll come back and
Maybe
watch
he'll
him
take
wrestle.
some of them with him.
Nonetheless, Alberto Del Rio, the worst of the week. Less than 2 minutes. I'm ready to roll here.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure you're tired doing double duty.
Great show as always, gentlemen.
As always.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night we have Double Trouble.
Double
Yes,
trouble.
Double Trouble.
Don't forget. Bad News Bob, Mr. Mike Cuomo, at it again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. BCTV, Channel 99 AT&T versus Channel 18 Comcast.
In Brantford.
Be there in Brantford, not NHTV, our sister station, BCTV.
Top news and current events to illegals hopping the fence.
As
There you go.
usual. But with about 60 seconds left, we'll see everybody next week. We'll
See you
See you
next
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
see you next Tuesday. We'll the Night of the Champions is coming up on pay-per-view, and they should be getting that together. But for now, good night and good luck. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.